good.
Yes, welcome everyone here to Dandenong Basketball Stadium here. BigV pre-season tournament and also round 1 of the Morton BYC. Of course, we'll get that game underway very shortly. But let's turn our attention now to BigV side of things, especially in D1 men. And of course, I've got two very special guests next to us, of course. The head coach of the D1 men in Luke Sutherland, and of course the import of the team as well, Matt Allen as well. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us, and tell us a bit about the pre-season for Southern Penn.
Yeah, it's gone pretty well so far. It's a bit different to last year. We've had more time together as a group. We've got a lot more numbers this year. We can actually train 5-on-5 and I don't have to join in, which is good, so I don't have to embarrass Max out on the floor. But yeah, so we've added some good pieces and kept our core group from last year. For you, Luke, what was obviously making the grand final last year? Yep.
And obviously falling a little short. But what sort of things have the team learnt from the final series, especially that grand final, going into this season, make it that one step further?
I think it was a good learning experience for everybody, myself included. The previous years I've coached have always made finals, and then I've gone one step closer. So the natural progression with this year would be to win it, and that's obviously something we should be aiming for. I think just we had a lot of weaknesses in a few areas, and a lot of it was just due to not having enough numbers. We've added a lot more shooters, a lot more bigs that can rebound for us this year. So I think that'll help us out. I think we've improved a lot depth-wise and roster-wise from last year, which is only a positive.
And Max, for you, tell us what sort of things has Luke been training the team to do this season? I guess the points, what sort of things you need to improve on?
Well, one of our weaknesses last year was offensive rebound, so we're really stressing getting after the glass. We're going to have a young team, athletic team, so we're going to get out and run and have a fast-paced basketball game, and just focusing on the defensive end and taking care of that end, and then letting our offense come to us.
Now, tell us a couple of players. Is there any much changes to last season?
We lost Jaden Bubbs playing footy in the TAC Cup with the Danny Stingrays, and he's got a pretty bright future ahead of him with footy that we couldn't really hold him back for too much longer. Ricky DeHaan's obviously gone back to Western Port. Jason Minerve's left the team. But we've added, we kind of upgraded a lot of those spots as well. We've got John O'Hawes over from Casey, who's going to help us a lot with that offensive rebound. He's a very active, sort of undersized big that just is a workhorse. We've got Dalton Wiltshire over from Melbourne Tigers. He's obviously going to help us with the rebounds, with that athleticism, but outside shooting, which was another area we need to improve on. As far as youth, we've got Sheldon Tyler from the Dandenong under-18s. He's probably going to be one of the best young players, like first-year players in the league this year. He's going to play a lot of minutes for us and be a really key player. We've also got Matt Orchard, who's played for me previously at Casey and at McKinnon. So it's always good to get someone on board who knows how I like to play and how I like to run things, and he's slotted in pretty nicely. Then we've got Max getting to play the point guard this year, which is his natural position, which last year he had to play the 3-4.
Okay.
So I think, while Max is going to be sort of known to a lot of teams, the way he's going to play this year is going to be a lot different to how he played last year.
And obviously, Matt's going back to as Luke was saying, back to, I guess, your comfortable position in the point guard position. I guess, do you take what you learnt last year, being playing in 3 and 4 position, to sort of hopefully improve the position that you're naturally playing in the point guard?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're able to play multiple positions on the court, you get to learn all different areas on the basketball court, but being able to play the point guard is what I know best and is what I do best, and being able to set up the guys on the offense and just be able to run the team from the point guard position is what I'm best at. So I'm looking forward to having a successful year this year.
Tell us a couple players that we really should be looking out for in regards to the young talent coming through at Southern Penn.
We've got Corey Bond, who stepped up from our youth league team. He shot a ridiculous clip in youth league last year, like something like the mid-40s from 3, as well as leading the league in attempts, and he's been doing exactly the same for us. So again, it addresses that need. And then you also got like Sam Domain, who's come through our youth league team and was a bit of a small minute player last year. He's actually going to start for us and step up, and he's been doing really well and just been progressing really nicely. And then, as I mentioned, Sheldon, he's just turned 18. We get Declan back after college. He's still only 20 years old. So we've only got really 2 players over the age of 25.
Fantastic. And obviously being here at the pre-season tournament, is it just sort of a bit of a tune-up going into round 1 next week?
Well, we're not playing it. We're just here to watch a couple of our teams. Actually, nearly every team we play in the first 6 games are here playing this weekend. So gives us an opportunity to check them out and just go over a few things before we play them in the season. Last year we played it because Max only arrived the week before the actual tournament. So this year, having everybody together a lot longer, we played a bit heavier schedule pre-season. We played a few champ teams. We ended up playing 7 or 8 games in total before this weekend. So it's a long season, so we got guys that can spend a bit more time with family and do those sort of things before they get taken away from their wives and partners and kids and things like that. Except for me, my wife's at home on her own again.
Now, Max, it's your second season at Sun and Penn. How have you found, I guess, basketball down here?
It's a little bit different, but I mean, basketball's good here. There's a lot of skill here. It's just going to be nice to play here my second season, knowing what to expect and knowing and being comfortable in the system and in the game and with the teammates. So it's going to be a good year.
Fantastic. Now, I would say for yourself, and the same question to you, Max, as well. What makes Sun and Peninsula so special for both of you to be involved in?
I think it's just the club atmosphere, being a sort of regional club. Like, even with a lot of the guys who grew up at the club, they might not live in the area anymore, but guys want to come back. Like, we've got guys that are living in the city, but they've grown up at Southern Penn, and they're still willing to come back, and it just sort of creates a really good environment. And I think just that culture from top to bottom, like our best players in Shannon and Max are our hardest workers at training. And they're also the most approachable guys. There's no sort of egos or arrogance or anything like that. And I think that really showed last year with everybody buying in and willing to do the little things, because they see everybody else around the club on and off the court doing all those little things. It makes it easier for everybody else to buy in.
Yeah, and I mean, it starts with coaching. I think we do have the best coach in the league, and we have everybody that are on the same page and everybody playing together, and we're all playing for the same goal, and we're not selfish. We have no egos, and we're all there to sacrifice for each other, and it's gonna work out in the end for us this year.
Now, obviously, I guess a lot of focus around the league is about, I guess, the senior side of things, but do you really focus on the youth side of things at Sun Penn?
Yeah, we don't have a youth league team this year, just with numbers, because we have that issue where kids get to a certain age, they move away from university and things like that. So we weren't going to have the numbers this year, and that's why we've got the youth guys, stepping up into the men's team full time. But we have the under-18s; they train alongside us on the Tuesdays. And we've also got Max is coaching the under-16s, who are one of the top teams in BC this year. I coached those boys last year, so we still get a good flow and effect of those guys still coming in to support the team. And once ITP finishes for the Vic Country side of things, a lot of those boys in Max's team are going to be training with us. So while we don't have a youth league team in this year, we've still got a pretty good program looking ahead.
For you, Max, coaching the 16s, how are you sort of juggling coaching and playing? Obviously, the coaching side of things, I guess, in regards to games is on a Friday night.
Yep.
But how are you juggling both coaching and playing and obviously training?
Yeah, it's what I'm used to. I mean, I'm on the court every day of my life as it is, so coming over here is just a natural fit for me. It's a little bit different coaching from playing, obviously, but I enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to the experience this year.
How special is it to coach the 16s?
Well, like Luke said, they're one of the best teams, not only in BC, but in the country, and haven't lost a game yet this year, and hopefully we continue that. And it's just, obviously, Luke set me up well with the team that he did last year, and it's a privilege to be coaching that team.
Now, just 2 final ones before I let you both go. What would be your advice to our listeners out there who want to get involved in the sport of basketball?
It's easy to get involved. There's so many domestic leagues and domestic associations, and no matter what level you get involved in, there's always something out there for people to do. Even if it's not the playing side of things, like there's so much media involvement now. Even like the amount of work that goes into the league itself with the score table and things like that. Like my brother, that everybody will probably see around, he does score table every weekend, double headers. He does all the national tournaments. So while he's not able to play the game, he's still got as much of involvement as we do. And then even with the families as well, like we've got Liz and Rick Williams helping us out with team managing and video and things like that. And they're just as big of a part as our team as the guys on the court. And there's just so much opportunity for people to do, and such a big network of friends. And you see in a weekend like this, everybody knows each other. And it's so easy to get involved when we can never have too many people on board helping in whatever way they can.
And finally, just describe the team from both of you. Describe the team in a couple words for us.
You want to go first?
Hardworking, determined, and yeah.
Yeah, I think, young, very hardworking, fun to be around. They play a good brand of basketball.
Well, thank you so much for giving up both your times, of course, to join us. Best luck for the rest of the season, and looking forward to see D1 Southern Peninsula D1 men team going really well this year. And I really hope you go that one step further and claim that championship, which should be rightfully yours.
Cheers. Long way to go, but we'll see how we go.
No worries.
Nice. Thanks, mate.
And so the coach, Luke Sullivan, and of course, the input there in Matt Allen, and of course, join us from Southern Peninsula. If you're down in the Mornington Peninsula area or very close to the southeast, make sure you get down the Shark Tank throughout the season, and we'll post all those ones up on our Smash FM Facebook page. After the break, this coming up, it's BYC after this.